Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SprintCarUnlimited.com post-race show here with Mike Mallett from DirtTrackDigest.com. Of course, Jeremy Elliott from SprintCarUnlimited.com, and it is night one of the Knoxville Nationals here from the Knoxville Raceway, and wild. Some crazy things happened tonight, things you did not expect to see, and something that maybe some of us expected to see, and that was at the end of the day, Ryan Timms qualifying well, getting up through his heat race after starting 8th, which was a challenge, winning the A-main, and when we leave tonight, he will be the high point man at 487.
Yeah, I had him in my contenders list for tonight on SprintCarUnlimited.com, and he's just been so good here this year. Obviously, I had David Gravel as one of the favorites. Our guest tonight, Corey Day, is one of our favorites, and obviously Rico, but Ryan Timms looked really good from the jump. Time third, got through his heat race, which I'm beginning to think the heat race is the biggest key here. If you time in the top 15, I think the key is getting through that heat race and basically treading water in the A-main. Yeah. So Ryan Timms did that. He was high point guy, went from 8th to 1st in a hurry. He was just really good tonight. Didn't matter if it was high, low, middle. He was the best car in the pit area tonight.
He basically said that the big key to his whole night was the fact that he got to run the top. He had the top, the outside lane, got to it in the heat race, and then in the A-main he started on the outside row, and that was enough that he goes, I went into turn 1 and there's nobody up there. And he goes, normally guys are sliding to it, coming to that cushion, and nobody did. And that allowed him to go quickly. I want to say he went from 8th to 3rd in the first couple of laps, just like that. And then he finally tracked down Justin Peck, who was our second place finisher, was buried a little bit further deeper in the points. He's on that bubble of 460. And then you have Sheldon Haudenschild, our podium, 469, so sort of put him somewhere up in that front.
Yeah, he's second. He's in good shape, but he's 19 points behind Timms.
Yeah.
That shows how good Timms was. And I think we got to hit on the biggest story of the night was David Gravel.
Well, by far, David Gravel did not even get through lap 1 of the heat race. Timed great, and then it just basically all went downhill from there. Contact with Hunter Schoenberg over here in turn number 1 on the opening lap. Sent him into the wall. And I will say, I will give that team credit, just the perseverance. They put that car back together, knowing they were going to start on the pull of the C main, not the B main, because he finished last. He had to run the C. Then he drove his tail off. I think he got back up to 6th, 7th in the B main, salvaged what he could, but I don't think it's going to be enough when it all boils down to it.
No, and I talked to Hunter Schoenberg about it. Obviously, if you watch Dirt Vision, you heard what David Gravel had to say. Schoenberg said he got tight, he was in dirty air, and he pushed, and they kind of met. So, unfortunate for David Gravel, he's going to be running Friday night like last year again. It's the second year in a row something's happened to David Gravel. And if you look at the points, we have Timms up top, then we have Sheldon and Rico Abreu, and our guest Corey Day are tied for 3rd. Rico gets the spot because he timed better by 1 spot. Corey, come on in.
He's shaking his head over here.
He doesn't like it.
All you had to do is go like that much quicker, and you would have been ahead of him. That's it. That would have been like that much, and you would have just that much. Now this much would have been like 2 more spots. That much, probably 3 more spots back. But I'm no expert. I teach
He's
studies.
taller than you. He'll squash you.
Everybody can squash me. I'm not going to fight back. Well, Corey, welcome to our post-race party here.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Talk about your night. I got to tell you, driving like a wild man in that A-main. You were passing cars left and right, high, low. It didn't seem to matter where you put your car. You had a really strong race car in that feature.
Yeah, we did. We've worked really, really hard on it. These past couple nights, I've been vocal to Jeremy here how bad we've been, and yeah, unfortunately missed it there in that heat race. Just the 10 cars had all year here to dial in what's good and what's not on every single surface possible, and the national guys and myself now don't get many laps here other than the big shows, and you're scared to try stuff at those big shows. Where at a weekly show you're not. So yeah, I definitely wasn't surprised to see him be good at all. So yeah, I wish we could have had a better heat race. I don't know, call it what you want. I think Peck pushed off the bottom and I was coming down the hill. And,
now I got a question. I'm going to come back to that because we were talking in the corner. Did you think, hey, maybe I should just slow and bring out a caution here? Because, I mean, starts here are so crucial, and you have to get cars on starts here when you're starting that far back. Did you think, oh crap, maybe I should, hold on, I got to tighten my belts here, let's take a break and bring out a yellow? Or is it the racer in you says, I screwed up, I got to earn this and I'm going to go run it?
I think, you can get in trouble for intentional yellows, so I think it would have been pretty obvious.
Fair enough. I got to ask, though. Fair enough.
Yeah, and I didn't know if I had screwed someone up behind me or not, and at that point I didn't know if I was dead last or I wasn't. So Yeah, I guess, maybe I could have ended up a little better, but it's really tough starting, third row on back here outside, and it was tough starting 8th. That's why I was trying to get my angle down the hill and hopefully split some guys or get air on my wing, and it would have been that much harder to do in 10th. So yeah, I figured I might as well just try and go chase.
Hey, there it is, the tough question, Jeremy. Now you can go ahead.
Yeah, now I'll go. So Corey, you come in after that heat race. You have to run the B main. What's going through your head, and how much does the pressure get ramped up? Because now you got to go through the B, and then you got to advance a bunch of spots in the A main at that point. And Rico's right there with you.
Yeah, the pressure's on for sure. For me, I was almost, not terribly mad at it because it was just another chance for us to work on the race car. If we would have rolled out 7th or 8th, wherever I'd ended up, if I'd have made it out of the heat in the main event, you're still scared to try stuff. And if I'd have missed it in the main event, then I, probably would have backed it up and finished worse than if I would have gone through the B. So, yeah, I was mad, of course. It would have been really nice to go 8th and 2 or just transfer to something and get more points out of it. But yeah, I could really be mad. I knew we'd figure it out.
You miss, obviously you don't make it through your heat race, but you're 4th in points. That's not bad, and you've been really good here at times. Last year's Knoxville Nationals obviously sticks out. You beat the Outlaws here this year. Despite what you said to me at Oski, where you didn't feel comfortable coming in here, you got to feel good with where you're at, despite missing that heat race and being 4th in points as of now.
Yeah, I think, biggest thing, we got our race car way better. We've been really, really struggling, and when you come to races like this, and there's this many cars that are on their A game, you can't be off at all, or you go, you're going to be main. So really happy we got our car good. I'm hoping it's somewhat of a similar surface for Saturday night, and we're not, chasing our tails coming in hot laps time. And then on the other hand, it's probably going to be way wider tomorrow, and probably going to see a lot more passing. So I don't doubt I start, barely inside the top 10 or right out of it again. So either way, like I said, I'm glad we got our race car better, and I think wherever we start, we'll be able to go to the front.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off that, starting as deep as you did tonight gave you that opportunity, though, to kind of, what is my car going to do when I get in dirty air and have to pass a lot of race cars? And again, you were able to do it.
Yeah, it's
if there is one positive to looking at the night running the B main, that has to be a little bit obvious. Hey, we passed a lot of race cars, put me up front with those guys, and I probably have a chance to win this.
Yeah, like I said, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time. You'd love for it to just go smooth and be high point guy, and but at that at that point you almost got more pressure on yourself. And I think we ironed out some stuff tonight of what not to do, and those would be some unknowns going into Saturday if we were too scared to do anything and ended up high points. So yeah, blessing and a curse. I would have taken it the easy way, but not mad at it.
Corey, thanks again.
Yeah.
Lead us out.
All right. Well, for Corey Day and Jeremy Elliott, I'm Mike Mallett. Thanks for watching this post-race show here on SprintCarUnlimited.com. Great to have you here. Of course, we'll be here the next 3 more nights. Yes, we get 3 more nights of fun, Jeremy. It's going to be a blast. So stay tuned to SprintCarUnlimited.com, DirtTrackDodgers.com for all the latest here from the Knoxville Nationals.